Welcome to News in Brief from Marjayat Global Network. Daily meetings of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. The Grand Shia Islamic jurist Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Shirazi holds in-person meetings with the large numbers of people, including religious scholars, university figures, and social and cultural activists, as well as public groups of people on a daily basis. In these meetings, the attendees report on their activities, explain their views, and listen to the guidelines and advices of the Grand jurist. Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Karbala hosts dignitaries. A number of scholars, religious speakers, seminary students, and the pilgrims of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, from Syria and Iran, as well as large numbers of Shias from across Iraq, gathered at the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Karbala and held meetings with the members of this office. In these meetings, the do's and don'ts for distributing the culture of the Ahlul Bayt were discussed. Birth celebrations of Imam Mahdi in America, Europe, and Australia. Cultural and religious institutions affiliated to the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in some American and European countries held celebrations to honor the birth anniversary of the 12th leader, Imam Mahdi, may God hasten his reappearance. These celebrations were attended by the Grand jurist representatives, the scholars, and the public groups of Shias. The attendees at these celebrations listened to lectures and eulogies about the Prophet's Ahlul Bayt. In the U.S., Imam Ali Center in Washington, D.C. hosted the large number of Shias to celebrate the birth anniversary of the 12th Shia leader. This celebration was also attended by Sheikh Muhammad Taqi Zakari, the head of Imam Shirazi Waqf Foundation in the city. In Canada, Northern America, the community of Hazrat Muhsin also held celebrations and welcomed the believers on this occasion. In this ceremony, the poets and speakers clarified about the characteristics of the 12th Shia leader. These celebrations also spread wide to the European countries such as Sweden. In this country's capital, Stockholm, Shias with different nationalities came together and celebrated Imam Mahdi's birth anniversary. In Helsingborg, the Islamic Center of Rasul Azam held ceremonies on this occasion. In this ceremony, Mr. Haider al-Attar, a famous theologist in European countries, recited some poems in honor of the Ahlul Bayt. He also read some poems in support of Iraq's popular mobilization forces in their fight against Daesh. Meanwhile, Imam Sadiq Center in Denmark hosted Sheikh Abdul Hassan al-Asadi, one of the representatives of the Grand jurist. In this ceremony, the large number of Shias and lovers of Ahlul Bayt listened to the words of the Grand jurist. In Australia, the religious center of Rasul Azam, affiliated to the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, hosted Shias and lovers of Ahlul Bayt in Adelaide. The believers at this ceremony celebrated the birth anniversary of Imam Mahdi and prayed for his quick reappearance. Imam Shirazi Center discusses extremism and the future of moderation. Imam Shirazi Center for Strategic Studies hosts a panel in Holy Karbala to discuss the topic of extremism and the future of moderation, at the presence of university teachers, researchers, religious experts, analysts, and media activists. In this discussion panel, Mr. Haider al-Jarrah, the director of Imam Shirazi Center, stated the marginalized society is stripped of its hopes to make improvements and regain its real position because all conflicts serve the benefits of those groups of people at the top of the society. This situation is not reversible unless with the aid of a great revolution. This, however, seems unlikely and impossible in our society in Iraq. He also added, a couple of years ago, we witnessed the widespread Arab Spring. These revolutions had no cultural or social history and therefore couldn't represent new definitions such as social freedom, equity, human values, and civil rights. The nations were ready to be introduced to these ideas, but these revolutions failed to establish their own ideological, social, and cultural identities. Mr. Haider al-Jarrah also said it is impossible to speak about religious extremism without addressing issues such as dictatorship, totalitarianism, and authoritative power. This is an important part of Iraq's history and it can never be ignored. He then said, in the fight for freedom, the respect for human rights, moderation, and leniency in opposition to the idea of extremism. Therefore, we can group killing the innocent people under the excuse of apostasy as extremism.